I saw you a month ago, and we asked you, what are you going to do? And you said, I'm going to sit back, I'm going to wait, I'm going to see what happens. Do you feel like you played this thing exactly right?
I feel like the cards were dealt in a good way. You know, I feel like if I would have took the other fight with Emmett or Stevens, you know, all these guys challenging me, I would not be in this predicament, you know. And now I actually like the predicament that I'm in, and I like my chances now as in terms of getting the belt for sure, as a secure title shot, you know. I talked to Dana White, I talked to everyone. They said, if you can be the fighter who gives Frankie a loss, you deserve that belt. And are you willing to take it on 3 weeks? Let's do it. I said, I'm up for a challenge.
That's the thing, is that I guess the bad side is you didn't get the full camp. You got to do it on 3 weeks. Give me an idea. I mean, did you weigh that out? Was it tough? I mean, are you a guy that stays in shape so it's no big deal, or did you have to think, man, this is going to be tough? How did that go down?
I'm a guy who always stays in shape, always stays ready, and the way I looked at it was, in a perfect world, I would love, obviously, a full training camp. You know, everyone loves a full training camp. I would love to get my body acclimated to torture, as I call it, right? 2 months of torture of training. But surprisingly, there's a quote I read because I was feeling pretty sore right off the bat. Like the first week of training, I couldn't even walk, and I go, wait, what's going on? And it said, you don't know how strong you are until being strong is the only option you have, or the only choice you have. And that really made me start my next week, and I started strong, and then the third week I finished strong, and I told myself, you know what, I'm proud of the hard work and the amount of work that I put in these 3 weeks for this fight, because there's times in there that I didn't want to wake up and actually leave, and I'm like, dude, why did you take this on short notice? Why are you killing your body at a fast pace? You should rest more, you should do this. But the way I am as a person is I don't want any ghost. I really want to go in the fight, even on 1 week, 2 weeks, just saying, you know what, dude, you did everything you could do. That's it. Everything is done. There's no, I should have did this, I could have did that. Oh, why did you take the fight on 3 weeks? No, I took the fight on 3 weeks notice, knowing what time it is, knowing who I'm facing, and just knowing exactly what could happen, you know. And it's high risk, high reward, but at the same time is, dream big, fail big, and this is the ultimate dream big, fail big. Get to fight a legend, you know. This is just to see my face on that poster at T-Bone Arena. I'm already on. Dude, I'm already on cloud 9 right now.
I was going to say, I mean, everything seems to be moving so fast. I mean, yes, you had a main event before, but, you know, we were in a little town, in a little arena. There wasn't all this going on, right?
I was like, wait, I was a main event last time. What's going on? This is a lot more, and it's just co-main event.
So what's it like for, I mean, are you enjoying the process? Is it a little, I mean, do you feel a little, is it intrusive? Is it difficult with all the added responsibilities? I mean, what's the outside of the cage stuff like for you right now?
Right now, I didn't realize how much media there is, as in terms of Fresno, I said, I'm the main event. There should be more media over here. But like you said, it was a small town, and there was not much. It was like free week. Like you seen, I had time to just mess around and play dominoes and do all kinds of stuff. Versus now, it's like, hey, Brian, we're waking you up at 8 o'clock, and we're gonna do this, and then from 8 to this, and then from 9 to this, and then from here to here, and then finally you're like, wait, okay, when do I chill? When do I relax? And I mean, that's the hard part right now, you know, just all the media. And I get it, you know, as a fighter, you want to help the sport out and you want to promote the fight. And I understand the responsibilities, you know, so this is for sure something new in my career as in terms of all the media, but I feel like I'm handling it well. And once I handle this type of situation, next time I handle a situation, I know how to better handle it, you know, because I've already been through it.
You mentioned fighting a legend in Frankie. I mean, I think it's interesting, right? I mean, you're taking on short notice, but I got to think you've watched a bunch of Frankie fights over time, right? So, I mean, is this a fight that you had kind of already started breaking down, kind of already started thinking, boy, if I ever get in there with him, this is how I would approach it?
Yeah, I saw his fight against Yair Rodriguez, you know, and I said, you know what? If I was in that position that he put Yair, I always want to show the fight fans what I'm capable of doing, especially with my jiu-jitsu, you know? And he's a great grappler, he's a great wrestler, and he's a top game guy, and I'm a great jiu-jitsu, and I'm a great bottom game guy. And history has shown those are the best fights to make. When you have a top wrestler against a top jiu-jitsu guy who know what they're doing and who are deadly on top and on bottom, and that's what I'm excited about. These kind of matchups get me excited, you know, because these are the type of fights that even in training, I always prepare for. I always have big guys trying to hold me down and punch my face in, and I like it. A lot of fighters don't like it. I love being comfortable in uncomfortable situations. And I feel that's where I happily took this fight, because I honestly felt like no matter what happens, I'm going to be okay when I face this legend. And I actually want to know what I can do and if I can finish this guy.
Knowing what's at stake here, I mean, your undefeated record, a title shot on the line, Frankie Edgar, what is the overwhelming feeling right now? I mean, is it nerves? Is it excitement? Is it questions? I mean, what is the overwhelming emotion for you right now?
Well, I feel like there's not too many overwhelming emotions or feelings, but I feel like in order for me to fight someone like Frankie, I would have to bring something to the table. And the undefeated record is what I brought to the table for him to say, you know what, why would he take that fight with me, right? So the undefeated record, finishing every single opponent in the UFC, all that show, and the names that I finished. So I feel like that is like my negotiation tool, right, to fight a legend like him. Because I feel like if someone else were to try to fight him, he'd probably be like, nah, wait, like, I'm just gonna wait for Max Holloway. But because he sees that I'm a worthy opponent, that's what it is. And for me, that's all I ever wanted. I wanted to build up enough credit to be able to fight guys like him, you know, to be able to have these opportunities and to be able to show the world who I am and what I'm made of.
I think people are excited for the fight. We know what you can do. When you play this thing out in your head, how do you see yourself getting your hand raised on Saturday? Do you go through trouble to get there? How does it go?
It's definitely going to be trouble to get there. This guy has never been finished in his entire career. And if anyone knows me as a fight fan, or you know, I love to finish. You know, I don't go in there to score points. I go in there to finish my opponents, and this is going to be a great test for me. You know, this is the ultimate test. Someone who has never been finished in the UFC, an ex-champion or you know, former champion, and a legend in the sport, has the most octagon time in UFC history. Like, when I start reading these things, I go, wait, you signed up for a lot, bro. Like, let's get, you know, and it gets me more excited versus more nervous. You know, it gets me more like, will you be the guy who pulls it off, you know? And if so, how? And I honestly just see whoever makes a mistake, that's it. You know, that's honestly, with this fight, it's so neck to neck that it's anyone who makes a mistake, it's gonna pay for it.